Altered Physiology, Mechanisms of Disease 1. This is week 5, episode 4, a continuation of our lectures on stress and disease. What we can see here is that stressors can also affect our immune system. Stressors can produce increases in things such as our cortisol and epinephrine levels, which are our hormones, as well as the release of norepinephrine from our nervous system. This can act on our mast cells and on our monocytes, which are immature macrophages, and have downstream effects. It can lead to the release of histamine, which can be associated with acute inflammation. It can really be associated with cytokine production and lead to decreases in cellular immunity. It can also be associated with cytokines and interleukin 10 to produce increases in humoral immunity. As you can see here, stress is directly linked to cytokine production. There are definite links between stress, immune function, and disease. Cancer is one example. We have also seen in the preceding slide how both the nervous system and the release of hormones such as cortisol and epinephrine all contribute to the downstream effects with increases in the humoral immunity but decreases in our cellular immunity. In fact, it also has been shown that there is a decrease in T cell cytotoxicity and B cell function, thereby reiterating that the adaptive immune system can be affected. What we can see here is a number of clinical disorders that may result from more chronic levels of stress, affecting the cardiovascular system, the endocrine system, our immune system, as well as our gastrointestinal system as well. Cardiovascular disease is largely owing to chronic sympathetic stimulation. This is in contrast to the effects of chronic endocrine stimulation. So chronic hormone release can be associated with cardiovascular disease, but it also triggers endocrine, immune, and gastrointestinal disorders as well. We'll now take a moment just to highlight the relationship between age and stress. Over time, we have changes both in our limbic and hypothalamus. Once again, the hypothalamus is our brain's regulatory control center, and we've noted its role in stress before. What we can see, though, is with age, we can have increased catecholamines, antidiuretic hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, and cortisol. At the same time, we see decreases in our sex hormones, thyroxine, and other hormones as well. What happens is this can lead to immunosuppression and a pattern of chronic inflammation. It can also lead to changes in our lipoproteins. It can lead to increased coagulation of the blood and free radical damage. And that concludes this episode.